I think it's safe to say that thanks to your efforts, the immediate danger to our homeland has passed. Now there is no longer any need for us to leave it behind. You truly have our deepest gratitude. We didn't do all that much, really. Yeah, besides there's no guarantee the Highlands won't be threatened again. Unfortunately so. The Alliance still has plenty of troops on the Erebonian side of the border to continue their assault. Should Zinder fall, I dare not imagine what could happen. Indeed, I think it would be wise to exercise just as much caution in the war. Even so, I want you to know how much I appreciate what you did. No matter how you look at it, you saved my homeland. For that, I couldn't be more proud to call you my friends. Ah, Gaius, it was nothing. You're welcome, but I still don't think we did anything that special. The people of Nord have been like brothers to all of us in Erebonia for centuries now. It's only right that we lend them a hand when they need it. Thank you, Rean. What he said. Yep, helping out is what friends do. You guys too, thank you. Huh, I feel like I'm going to be saying that for a while yet. Still, while the immediate danger to Nord may have passed, the same can't be said for Erebonia. Unfortunately not. Roar City is entirely under the Alliance's control, and the same is true for most of the country. They have control of everything from the Reinford building to the Iron Mine, and even the Roar Institute of Technology. Feared as much. Well, that explains one thing. There was some damning evidence of that on that jamming device that pointed to it being made at the Institute. That makes sense if the place is under the Alliance's control. I'm betting Schmidt was involved in its development. Schmidt? As in the Professor G. Schmidt? He's certainly supposed to be capable, but are you sure? I met him when I was little while with you, right, Grandpa? Grandfather, or whatever. That you did. He and I go way back, but I really wish we didn't. He's not an easy guy to like. If you ask me, he was probably involved in the development of the Soldats and the giant airship of theirs too. Hell, scratch probably. I can't think of a single other engineer alive who could perfect those things outside of him. He must be crazy good if you're the one acknowledging his skills. Sounds like the Alliance is a really capable man making their weapons. Schmidt aside, what brought you here to begin with, Sharon? I thought you went straight back to Roar after the war began. I would have thought Mother would be happier if you were there too. I'm here because I discovered that you were here, of course. Contrary to what you may think, that was what the Madam Chairman wanted me to do. She did? Indeed. She asked me to come and assist you and your classmates for the time being. I haven't been able to get in contact with her since I left Roar, however. You okay, Lisa? Thanks, Rean, but I'm fine. We're talking about my mother here. I'm sure she's perfectly okay wherever she is. Right now, I need to focus on my own goals. I did promise that I'd find a path of my own to show to her after all. And I'm certain she would be pleased to hear that, my lady. I second that. You're leaving? I am. I don't know when I'll be able to return again, but I will be back. Until then, take care of Lily and Sheeta for me. Oh, and Charles too, of course. Sure. Thank you, guys. But I don't want you to go. I want you to stay right here. Stop that, Lily. You're making it harder for me to hold back. You too. I know you'll miss him, but try to show some understanding for your brother. He has something very important he needs to do with his friends. All of this has been a stark reminder to me of how fragile the peace of this land is when one of its neighbors is at war. The threat of being drawn into the conflict may have passed for now, but it may not stay that way for long. We can no longer expect to live in peace irrespective of what is happening on the other side of the borders. If I want to protect the peace of this land, I need to stand up and fight for it, just as our ancestors did during the war all those years ago. Oh. Well said. Prince Dracula himself also first took up arms here in Nord. The warriors of Nord followed suit, taking up their spears, to fight for their friend and brother who loved this land as much as they did. You want to follow in their footsteps, do you? I do, but that isn't my only reason. During my time as a student of Class VII, Erebonia has grown close to my heart. So, I'm not just fighting to protect the home of my friends, I'm fighting to protect what I consider my second home. Wow. Thanks. Don't worry, everyone. I'll return safe and unharmed, I promise. I'll also come back more mature and more aware of how I want to live my life after the war comes to an end. So stay safe and wait for me, okay? Okay. Alright. I'll do everything I can to keep everything here running smoothly while you're away. I will too. I'll be praying for you every day. Me too. May the winds and the goddess watch over you while I'm away. Farewell. Their parting words said, the time came to leave the land of Nord behind. Gaia's family happily waved to them until they were out of sight, and swearing silently to return to Nord another day as they entered the spirit path. They started on their journey back to Ymir. Whew, we're back. Yeah, and we're all in one piece. This is where we fought that huge monster when we came here last time, right? I can't believe we got this far so fast. This is what the spirit path can do? Unbelievable. I had no idea there already existed a means of transportation faster than trains or airships. Well, it's called the spirit path because it's really only intended to be used by spirits. It's not really meant to be used by humans to travel from place to place. We'll all have to be very grateful to Master Valimar for allowing us to do so then. And even more grateful still for saving us from quite a perilous situation at the Watchtower as well. Yeah, he certainly did. Thanks, Valimar. It's only because of you that we were able to... Thanks, Valimar. It's only because of you that we were all able to make it back here together. Have a good rest. You've earned it. Acknowledged. Entering inactive state. Do not hesitate to call my name again should the need arise. My Awakener and his friends. Looks like he's asleep. Alright, we should be returning to Ymir. We need to let the others know that we're all okay. Woohoo! I can't wait to see everyone. Everyone good to go? What do you mean everyone? All that we left behind was Machias. You can't wait to see Machias. Everyone good to go? We should be able to make it before nightfall. We're here! And not a moment too soon with how dark it's become. It's nice to be back here again. Yeah, it's only been a couple months since we were last here, but it feels more like a couple years. I suppose that just goes to show how much of an impression Ymir's left on me. It's nice to hear you like this place as much as I do. Something feels off though. It's a lot noisier compared to usual. Rean? Thank goodness you're all right. Hey, Machias. Yeah, we just got back. Looks like you managed to pick up a few folks while you were in Nord. Sure did. It's good to see you too, Tobal. Yeah. Yeah, good to see you're doing okay. I can't complain, I guess. Things go fine on your end? That aside, what's the cause of all this commotion? Is there something wrong? That's right, we've got something to tell you, Rean. It's about your father. He's... Oh no. Something wrong with Dad? No, not at all. On the contrary, he's finally regained consciousness. Oh. Really? Yep, he's still got some time before he's up and about again. But this is a big step in the right direction. Come on, let's get back to the mansion. I know he'll be happy to see you, Rean. Welcome home, Rean. And I see your friends are with you too. Hello there. I'm sorry I can't do much more to welcome you, but I'm happy to see you here. Dad. Not at all. We're just glad that you're awake. We heard about what happened, sir. It's wonderful to know that you're well enough to talk to us like this. I appreciate your concern. Incidentally, I hear that you, Tobal, and Captain Claire, I believe, have been watching over the village in my stead. On behalf of the people of Ymir, I'd like to thank you for all you've done. As this village's lord, I truly could not feel more honored to have your aid. Ah, no need to thank me. It was just a little something I was doing on the side. The people of Ymir have shown me nothing but kindness during my stay. It's the least I can do to repay that kindness. And I have every intention of keeping up with my patrols to ensure this village sees no further bloodshed. My thanks to both of you. If Ymir could stay out of harm's way, I know that my family could rest easy. I'm aware my injuries have caused both of you plenty of grief, Lucia and Rean. I can only hope you'll forgive me for worrying you. Had I not been so utterly incompetent, Elise and Princess Alphen would never have been taken from us to begin with. You know you don't need to apologize. Them being captured isn't your fault, Dad. It never was. What matters is that you pulled through for us. That in itself is a miracle. Now, you leave everything else to us and focus on recovering. We'll bring them back, I promise. Absolutely. We fully intend to do everything we can to support you. Yeah, we'll bring them back in no time. As long as Class 7 is together, there's nothing we can't do. I couldn't agree more. I have every confidence that you'll rescue Lady Elise and Her Highness. Well, aren't you guys just brimming with optimism? Still, we've only got 3 members of Class 7 to find now, which means that if all 3 are around the Gram, that's where we'll find Emma. Assuming they stay there, yeah. And then we can finally be together again. I'll be praying to Idios for you. And remember, make the most of the time you have to take a well-earned break. You won't be able to leave tomorrow regardless, yes? That's right, we need to wait for Valimar to finish recovering. That only took about a day last time, and I don't see why it would be any different this time. I admit, a part of me wishes we could leave right away, but we'll just have to sit tight to be patient. I think it'd be for the best anyway. We can double check Ymir's defenses one last time while we wait too. Thank you, Tobal. I wish you all well. I leave Elise and Princess Alphen in... Oh. Looks like he went back to sleep. He still hasn't got most of his stamina back, I'm afraid. It'll be a little while longer before he's ready to see any of the villagers too. I see. That's not surprising, really. In the meantime, it would be my honor to assist you in any way I can. I'm confident that my skills as a maid will prove to be of use. I thank you. I'd be delighted to take you up on that. And, like your father said, take care to rest as much as you can tomorrow. Of course. And you should take care not to overwork yourself, please. We're happy to help out however we can. That was how we had all made it safely back from Nord. Word of my father's awakening spread throughout the village like wildfire. And, while there was still plenty of dark times looming on the horizon, for the first time in a while, the people of Ymir had a reason to smile. Sharon joined the party. Rean and Sharon can now use overdrive. With Rean acting as a medium, Elisa and Sharon can now use overdrive when linked with one another. Looks like Dad's staying in bed today. Good. He needs all the rest he can get. I'm glad he's woken up at least, even if he's still got a long way to go until he's fully recovered. I'll bet everyone else has already gone out for the day. I should probably go find something to do too. Got to make the most of today to get ready for tomorrow. Why are you doing the cooking, Sharon? I thought it might be the best way to make myself useful. Lady Schwarzer and I have been plotting out all sorts of culinary concepts that could aid with your father's recovery. She looks shockingly comfortable in our kitchen. I never gave it much thought before, but seeing an Ouroboros enforcer standing in my house is kinda weird. Is something the matter, Master Rean? Could I make you a favorite dish or something of the sort? Lady Elisa is out shopping for ingredients at the moment, so it's not too late to put in any special requests. I would gladly leave deciding the dinner menu to the two of you. You would be just like a married couple. But whatever you want to make will be just fine. I don't know why I'm wasting my time worrying about her past. She's still our Sharon, no matter who she worked for. While I've got it on my mind, though, maybe I should take some time to ask her a bit about Ouroboros. So this is kind of out of the blue, but would you mind telling me a bit about Ouroboros, if you can anyway? I feel like I should learn as much about them as possible since we're almost definitely going to face off again. Goodness. Would you be willing to accompany me onto the mountain path again? Huh? I mean, sure, but why? You'll see when we get there. So if you need some time to get ready, I can wait. Oh, a dead end. What exactly did you bring me here for, Sharon? Is there something here that I'm not seeing? This should be far enough from the village. We wouldn't want to cause any trouble for anyone, What are you doing? Please draw your blade, Master Rean. Allow me to take this opportunity to give you a little due practice. Practice? Where did this come from? I'm sure you don't need me to inform you of this, but Ouroboros has chosen to support the Noble Alliance in their endeavors. The agents assisting them are incredibly powerful and skilled, much like the Phantom Thief. They're all that powerful? Should you choose to define the way you and your classmates fight as good, then the Society of Ouroboros is nothing short of evil. Trying to fight evil such as that head-on is pure folly. But I, too, am part of the society. Perhaps by fighting me, you can discover something that will help you stand up to them. And I think that will be far more useful to you than simply learning information about the group that may serve no purpose. I see. Alright then. I accept your challenge. No holding back, Master Rean. I need to see what you're truly capable of. Their impromptu training session then quickly began. Sharon showed no mercy, subjecting Rean to the full might of her many skills. And he struggled valiantly to find an opening to mount a counterattack, barely enduring her onslaught. That was wonderful. It takes some impressive skills to be able to catch one of my steel wires in such a short period of time. I was only able to catch the one, though. If this had been a real combat situation and you were fighting to kill, I would have been torn to shreds long before that. Oh, that may well be true. Still, you determinedly tried to find ways to turn your overwhelming odds in your favor, never once giving up. Saying that was enough to make me believe this practice session was not in vain. Do you mind if I ask you a question, Sharon? Why do you do so much to help us when you're supposedly still with Ouroboros? It seems strange to be training on how to fight against their members by someone who's part of the group. The enforcers of Ouroboros are granted a certain degree of freedom in what we do. I simply exercise that freedom to choose serving yourselves and the Reinford family over Ouroboros. Though the fact that I am a member of the society does not change, of course. That clears up approximately nothing for me. At the very least, I can assure you that you have nothing to worry about. Until this war reaches a conclusion, I'll fight alongside you and your classmates, that I promise. My love and my devotion are with not only Lady Elisa, but with each and every one of you. I swear to the goddess I will protect and fight with you, or fight for you with all that I am. Thank you. We'll be counting on you, Sharon, always. Nothing would make me happier. Their conversation over, Sharon gave Rean first aid and for the injuries he had sustained during the battle, and together they happily returned to Ymir.